For the last 6 months, I've been using the Farsports F1S Integrated Handlebar, and I've used it on fast road rides, climbs, on audax, gravel rides, and even a mountain bike epic. Here's what I think of the bars. First of all, a little bit about Farsports and my F1S Integrated Handlebar. I had never heard of Farsports before, but when I did a little research and learned that the handlebar was the equipment of choice for the 2021 Tokyo Olympics female road race gold medalist, if you remember that one, it's a little bit controversial. She broke away and the people behind didn't realize she was ahead. So it was like a fun Olympics. But the handlebar that she used was from Farsports. I even watched a video by China Cycling giving a little tour of the Farsports Factory. In fact, I'm so sold in Farsports that if I were to buy a new carbon wheel set, I would probably buy a Farsports one. Probably the one that's on my website, although I would prefer a slightly bigger external width. But anyway, back to the F1S Integrated Handlebar. A quick disclaimer, we actually sell this handlebar in the store, so this is going to be a pretty biased video. But that said, I'm really proud of this handlebar. It weighs 359 grams with the plugs. The stem length is 100 mm with a 420 width. It looks so nice. So the stock handlebars from the Canyon Inflite was also an integrated handlebar, but after a fit with Martin and he suggested that I could use a slightly longer stem, I started looking around and Farsports made a lot of sense. Number one, they have so many choices in terms of stem lengths and handlebar widths. I installed it on March 6, 2024, and I've done about 2,628.5 kilometers on the bars. And the longer stem length definitely helped make my fit more comfortable. It was definitely a good idea. So if you're thinking about it, you might want to get a bike fit. On the road, the handlebar performs how you would expect. It feels comfortable. And I wish I could tell you what it is like to sprint with the handlebar, but truth be told, I'm not much of a sprinter. But it seems stiff. I hate using that term. I'll get back to that later on in the video. The main reason I got this handlebar over the lighter F1X is that, first of all, it's cheaper. And while weight is a factor, it is not the biggest factor. The biggest factor for me was that in the description for this handlebar, it said, updated design and now strong enough to handle off-road. And you know me, I like going off-road. So here's how it handles off-road. Go back and do some of the now epic off-road stuff that we did. Kinda miss it. So what can I say about the Farsports F1S handlebars? Well, I still believe in my first impression. I said it in a video before, but when I first got my Canyon had these stock, I think it was 80 mm length handlebars, and I was going down this really steep descent. And the thing that came to mind when I did it was, on the stock handlebars, was that I was afraid it was gonna break. I don't know why I felt that, because I feel like the stock Canyon handlebar, I suspect, was designed to be a little less stiff because it is a cyclocross bike after all. So maybe it was designed to have, I'm guessing, maybe to absorb vibrations more. I don't know. But when I started using the Farsports F1S handlebar, it did not give me that feeling. And honestly, I hate to use the word stiff because I don't know, like, it's been very difficult for me to tell if something has indeed been stiffer, right? But it is comfortable. I love using it. It's super light. I really like it. I really like how it looks. I might take out the sticker one of these days and replace it with like the villain logo, you know, to make it more mine. One thing that I wish I had on this particular handlebar was I wish that it was a little bit more flared, because I am a off-road rider at heart, and mine measures about 42 and I think it goes to 44 on the drops. So it's a little flared, but I would want it to be more flared out, so for more control on the off-road bits. But don't get me wrong, I got used to it. I also got used to the slightly smaller tubing on the drops. I was surprised by that, coming from an aluminum handlebar or at least the aluminum handlebars that I've used seem to be thicker on the drops. This one is surprisingly small on the drops, and I wasn't sure I liked it at first, but now I do. It's really comfortable down there, even though it isn't flared, and it feels a little bit stiffer than the previous bar. It still rocks off-road. So it's okay. So 6 months later, what can I say about this handlebar? To be honest, not much. It's holding up. I forget it's there most of the time. So that's a good thing. If your bike happens to be the type of bike that has internal cabling, when you order the handlebar, there's going to be a little bit more back and forth, because Farsports offers a lot of different spacers so that it matches your bike. So if you do order, it's worth going through the back and forth, especially if you want an OD1 or OD2 internal diameter. I forgot what it's called. In fact, I think that's the main selling point of the bike. It's that if you need to change your integrated handlebar, and frankly, it can be quite difficult finding integrated handlebars from some of the bike brands. So with this, at least you get more choices, and it looks great. So that's it. If you'd like to order, you can check out the Villain.shop website. We encourage you to send us a message before you do order so we can go through that back and forth process. We will ask you what kind of bike you have, etc. All right, that's it. Ciao. Subscribe.